Hey friends, Shelby here. So I'm going to show you a video of how I introduce my horses to new arenas. I find when you take horses off the property, you lose about like 50% of the training and the work that you've done at home. They just kind of seem a lot more distracted. So it's our job when we go to a new arena to really let them trust us, let them not be scared, and we're actually able to work them effectively. And I'm going to show you what I do exactly when I first introduce my horses to a new surrounding and really get them to be focused and trusting and to actually stay on the wall and not be scared of things on the other side of the wall or in the corners. A little story with this guy, like I said, I've only had about 15 rides on him, and I took him to a really big indoor arena this week, and I was a little unsure how he would act with it, but like I said, I've been doing my homework and really getting him to stay on the rail, getting him just to kind of trust me and to give me try. And what I mean by try is that they might be scared of something, but if you keep going around and you just kind of not make it a big deal, you just kind of keep going to that spot that they're scared of, every time you kind of guide them closer to it. And that is what I want, like that's my try. And eventually they will do it, it just takes a bit of time. So anyways, I went to this big arena in Ancaster, and he, of course, was scared of things on the other side of the fence because there's the just like clear panels, and then there's a Pepsi machine, there's stands, there's desks, like there's so many things that horses are scared of over there. But I did this exact process, and he was so good. So I'm going to show you what that looks like now. So when I first start him, I just do little circles, and I really try to use my feet and my hand at the same time. So when I first ask for him to move forward, it's in a turn, and I just really simply want his feet to start moving. So once I do a couple circles, I'm using my foot to get him to shape and then his nose to come around, and it makes making him go in a circle a lot easier, and it's just a really good way to start your ride and get him kind of coming around, following his nose and listening. So once I'm ready with that, I take him to the wall. Once we're there, I really try and keep the energy and keep him moving forward. It's more about getting him to just kind of move on and not think about and pay attention to what scares him. So obviously he did not want to go close to that thing. All I'm trying to do, like I said, every time around, I just want him to give me that try and eventually get closer and closer to the thing that actually scared him. And it does a lot of things. It's just teaching him to also trust me, that when we get to that point that he was really scared of, he realizes it's not a big deal. So here I'll put my inside rein on him, and then my foot, and then my outside hand. So it's really important to do it in that 3-step process of using your rein on his neck and then your foot, and then the correction is the direct pull. We don't want our horses' noses outside of the turn. We always want to keep them shaped. So this is a good way to start instilling that in our horses. And I'm sure you can see how that's beneficial for barrel horses, of getting them to actually stay shaped and stay in our hands. So right there, he did really good. I was able to correct him and keep him between my hands. And once I felt comfortable with that and he wasn't scared of it, I'm going to add another element, which is asking him to lope. And we've been working on this a while. You don't hear the audio, but my loping cue is me kissing. Everything else I cluck, and then when I want to lope, it's a kiss, and he totally understands that. So I'm able to get a lope quite easily, just because I've done that since day one. On the lunch line, it's always been those voice commands. So getting him to lope is actually quite simple. And here again, with that new element of going faster and stuff, but he did really well, so then I'll stop him into the wall. Alright, so I just finished my ride on him. It was actually awesome, and I was able to do what I said and get him to kind of go in those corners and really trust himself, trust me to go up in there, go where he thought it was scary, and he didn't die. So that, in my books, is a big success. The one thing I will say, and just as a reminder, I showed you me going to the right, so off camera I did it the other way. Of course, we have to go both ways equally, and don't be discouraged when one way is perfect and they're not scared of the corner anymore, and then you go the other direction and you're back at the beginning. They're terrified to go over there, and it's like you have to start over from scratch. That is perfectly normal. I will say that it is super, super true that when you're working these horses, you have 2 horses in one. You have a left and a right side. So if one way is really good and you're really happy with it and you decide to change direction, just know that you're going to be starting from the beginning and they're going to be scared of it again. And don't be frustrated, just work through it the same way you did at the other way, and they will get it. It might not take quite as long, but the first few times they will be scared. It will be like they've never seen that corner before in their life. But like I said, you have two different horses, the left and the right. So just always keep that in mind and don't get frustrated. Just keep working through it, keep consistent, keep repetitive, and eventually they will get it. And when they do, it's super rewarding. So again, thank you so much for watching, and we'll talk later. If you have any questions or anything, please let me know. I love talking about this, and we'll talk soon.